Hello everyone, my name is Gina and I would like to officially welcome you to Season Beauties. If this is your first time visiting with us on today, welcome. If you are returning, thank you so very much. Your girl really does appreciate it, and welcome back. Either way, if you are currently not subscribed, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Become a part of the Season Beauties family. We'd be more than happy to have you, and there is more than enough room on this family tree just for you. Now, our video on today, I just want to answer the question that I've been getting, and that is, where are you? Where have you been? Well, as you know, and for those of you who don't know, I have a serious challenge with my back. I have no L4 or L5 discs in my back. So at that juncture of the spine, it's just the bone rubbing against the bone. Now we've had some really, really rough weather, and I'm talking about 2 weeks of just rain. And in the midst of that rain, we had Hurricane Ida come through, okay? So with that being said, it was such a challenge. Now, normally I would just go ahead and put my back brace on, take the medications, which are extremely strong, let it get into my system, and then I can do this. However, I have to go to my doctor each month for, and it's actually not just a doctor, it's actually a pain center, pain management center, where they will evaluate, they do a drug test, make sure I'm not taking anything else other than the medications that they are giving me. They check, so-called check my blood pressure, my levels, and different things like that to make sure everything is fine. Well, on this visit, we had a new PA that took over. Now, my husband usually goes with me to all of my visits, so this is nothing new. And so we were there. However, this particular PA, he knew nothing about me. Like I said, he was new. This is the first time I've ever seen this man. And I wasn't too sure as to why he was the one that was seeing me. But nonetheless, I've been going to this particular pain center for 5 years. So I'm thinking it's got to be okay, you know. However, that was far from the case. Absolutely far from the case. I have never, in all the years that I've gone through this challenge, I have never had anyone to treat me like a drug-seeking, word I won't use. And I was feeling some kind of way. All right, now at this particular point, my medication is out. They give me 30 days at a time to ensure that I am back in that location. So, well, just so you understand, I take very, very large doses of Percocet 10. And then I have a Belbuca patch, which is 600 micrograms. And that one was changed over from fentanyl. And I get it. So it's very, very dangerous. But I am that person. The pain has to be practically excruciating before I take it, because this is not something I ever want to become addicted to. So because the weather had been so bad, inflammation had set in underneath. And when the area is inflamed, the Percocet does not even last for 4 hours. So the pain was just over the top. And so when I got there, I told this particular PA, maybe once or twice a year, it ends up so inflamed, I have to take a drop down dose of steroids. And oh, there is one other medication that I take in addition to those two, and that is meloxicam. Okay, that was the other one that I take. And so when I went in to talk to him, told him, I said, I right now I know that I'm going to need a drop down dose of steroids so that I can get this under control, so the Percocet will go back to lasting somewhere between 6 and 8 hours. And this man never made eye contact with me, nor with my husband. Not one time throughout this entire video. Then on top of that, I told him what I need. I have been going through this for decades, not for just a couple of years. I've been going through this for decades. And he decided that that's not what he was going to give me, whether I knew what I needed or not. He chose that this is not what I needed. He didn't go and talk to the lead doctor, nothing. This was the choice that he made. And I didn't know that at the time. But he says, how long have you been taking the meloxicam? I said, well, I've been taking it for about 3 years. He says, maybe you are becoming used to it. So I want to try something else. Said, okay, let's see what happens. Well, he decided I needed to take Celebrex. And in addition to the Celebrex, that was it. He said, okay, fine, I will give you enough Percocet to last you for 5 days. Then you come back and see, I'm sorry, for 6 days. And then you come back and to your regular appointment, and they will fill it. So I'm kind of having a little bit of a moment. So he says, pick up your paperwork at the front desk. So my husband's getting a little edgy, and I noticed that he was getting a little edgy, but we just left it alone. And I went out to the front. This particular PA decided that prednisone was not what he was willing to give me. So he didn't write the prescription for that. I said, there is a problem here. There is a serious problem here. So I said to my husband, and turned around to talk to him, and he said, how do you feel about this visit? And I said, I've never had anybody make me feel like I was drug seeking. For what? I said, Percocet, do you not understand Percocet? I'm not asking him to increase Percocet or anything. This is a drop down dose of steroid to get rid of the inflammation. And this man made me seem like I'm some drug seeking, I don't know what. He said, okay, because I kind of picked up on that, and he didn't want to overreact because maybe he was a little touchy about, the pain that I was going through or whatever. And I said, no, this is what I was feeling like. He said, because that's what I felt like too. He said, so give me a minute. Let me go talk to him. I knew what that meant, and that was absolutely not going to happen. So I talked to the office manager. He said, listen, I know something is wrong. He said, take my card. You have my email. And can you just send me an email, let me know exactly what happened in this visit? He said, because this is not you. I said, no problem. So I took care of that. But the challenge, the reason I'm telling you this, is that people don't understand. Doctors are practicing on you. This man is a PA. He isn't even a doctor. He did not go and seek my regular doctor to see, what do you think? Is this something that I should just go ahead and, right? Maybe you need to talk to. Nothing of the sort. He just chose to not do anything. So I said, okay, well, 2 weeks later, I'm back at the doctor's office and I am talking to the managing doctor of this particular practice. And before I could get to him, the office manager stopped me. He said, girl, he is gone. He is gone because apparently you're not the only person that he was doing this to. I said, okay. So clearly this person has a problem. I don't want to tell you the place that I was going to because when I got back, the doctor, I told him what had happened. He did not know anything. He had no idea about anything that was going on, but he did give me some information that was extremely helpful. Now, for me, I was looking for maybe something homeopathic. I know turmeric gets rid of inflammation. And so he told me, he said, don't take that. He said, because it blocks the NSAIDs from working, meaning the painkiller is not going to kill any pain, okay, because it inhibits it. So I said, okay, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. I said, now I want you to know, you have told me more in the 2 minutes that you've been in this office talking to me. He said, well, I want to just tell you that I hear your complaint about the PA. Well, he was not permanent. He was here until the new PA came here to this office. She had to transfer from another office, and she's here now. He brought her in and introduced her to us. Now, I want to encourage you, if you are watching this, you make sure you stand up for yourself when you go to the doctor's office. Don't just allow the things that they are saying to be okay with you, because they weren't okay with me. They were not okay with me. And like I said, I've been going to this same pain center for almost 5 years. This man wasn't even there for 5 days before he did this. So I just want to encourage you. If you have a challenge with a doctor, if you disagree with the treatment that they're giving, seek another opinion. Go and talk to whoever the lead doctor is for this particular location. Now, I will tell you, I went to my primary care doctor and let him know exactly what was going on. He said, oh, absolutely not. So I know that he made a couple phone calls because things certainly did change after that. But with that being said, I just wanted to let you know, I promise you, I was not neglecting you. Trust me, I have a whole lot of product over here that I need to show to you, but it became too difficult to sit here and do this. The pain really was excruciating. I don't wish it on anyone. Absolutely no one. So I will get on the ball. I will get these things caught up. My hair, I use the products from the August Curl Box. We'll talk about that in another video. That's not what this one is for, but I just wanted to let you know what was going on and to be accountable for myself. So I thank you so very much for choosing to spend time with me on today. And remember, regardless of the season that you are in, you will always be a seasoned beauty. Until next time.